Hello and welcome back to CA 121. Today we're going to be talking about Chapter 5. In particular, we're going to be talking about advanced filtering and sorting. So we've already seen filtering and sorting on the basic level. Now we are going to see how to do it if you want multiple filters and multiple criteria for sorting. All right, here we go. So again, there's a difference between filtering and sorting. Filtering shows only the data you specify. Sorting puts them in order, but it still shows all of the data. Now for filtering, we have a regular filter that we've already seen. We have a custom filter and advanced filter. So let me show you on an Excel spreadsheet what all of those look like. So here we have a spreadsheet. It is already converted into a data table. I can tell because it has my little filtering buttons. So here I can click here and I could do a sort or a filter. I could actually do a text filter and come down to custom filter. So generally when you filter, you can say, hey, I want it to be, I can select one of these. All right, so that's the general filter. But a custom filter says, hey, what if it's not one of these things right here? What if I want to say, hey, I want to do a custom filter. I want to say any text that contains the word women. So I just want to see the women programs. There we go. That is a custom filter. Now an advanced filter, so I'm going to clear that. An advanced filter is much more tricky. So let's just say that, so custom filter will only apply it to a single column at a time. An advanced filter says, hey, maybe you want to see programs that have seating of 30, an enrollment greater than 15, and on the Valley campus. So I want to filter and see just the ones that meet that certain criteria. So what I would do is I would have to copy and paste the column titles, or aka the field names, and then I would have to type in my criteria. So I might say, okay, so I want the primary season to be fall, the secondary season to be spring. So I'm saying, hey, only look for the primary season where it says fall and the secondary spring. So that wouldn't do. So here's fall summer. No, that doesn't do. Fall spring, yes. So I wanted to look for fall spring, and maybe I might say, hey, I want it to be greater than 15 students. So that might be my 3 criteria. So I need to have at least criteria for more than one column. And I say, okay, so I'm going to go to my data tab. We're going to do an advanced filter. So here's advanced. It's going to already auto-sense where I have all my information. And it already auto-sense where I have my criteria. So that's great. So I could either do a filter in place, or I could copy to another location. Here we can just do a filter in place. And now it shows me only the things that, only the sports where the primary season is fall, the secondary season is spring, and the number of students is greater than 15. Okay. So that is an advanced filter. Now let's talk about sorting. So sorting, we've already kind of seen. Let's go back to the first worksheet. We could say, hey, I want you to sort from smallest to largest, or largest to smallest. Again, in sorting, again, shows you all of the data, whereas filtering, it just shows you the data that you selected. But what if I wanted to first sort by campus and then sort by, sport group, okay? Well, then that would be a custom sort. So I use this button up here. Again, I'm on the data tab, go to the sort button, and I could say, hey, I want you to say sort by campus. Then I would say add a level. So this would be my first level. This is where it sorts first. And then the second level, I might say do by sport group, and press, let's do them both A to Z. So now it says all the parks, all the valleys, all the wests, in that order. But within park, it's sorted, hey, in alphabetical order, C court, field, and then other within park. And then it does the same thing for valley, court, field, other. And same thing for west. Now it says court, field, and there is no other for this last one. Okay. So that was a custom sort. What if I want to do a sort that isn't listed there? So what if I want to sort by campus, but I don't want it to be A to Z or Z to A? So I could say, hey, I want to do a custom list, and you can create a new list, and so you just tell it with commas what you want it to sort by in order. And so I would say okay, and now it's in, oops, I forgot to hit apply. So custom list, let me find the list that I did. I'm gonna press OK, and then press OK, and now it is in that custom list. And then last, for this slide, we have some terminology that's repeated from the last chapter. Remember, fields are your columns of data, and records are your rows of data. Okay. So we just talked about filtering and sorting. Now let's talk about outlining our data. So here's a bunch of data that we have. We can actually go to our data tab and say, hey, you know what? I want to do a subtotal. And I want a subtotal by group, let's say. Right? And I would want to, I don't want to change at each group number, because look at the group numbers. They're all different. So that would be kind of crazy. So I might change it by program, maybe. Say, okay. Oh, maybe that was a little bit. Let's change our group. I'm sorry, let's change our subtotal. That didn't really kind of make sense. So let's do coach stipend. So we want to add a subtotal to coach stipend by each group, since there's less groups. That'll make it a little bit less messy. There we go. So now it's saying, okay. And you'll notice that once I create that subtotal, it creates an outline. So on outline 1, it just creates the entire grand total. On outline 2, by group names. And on outline 3, it shows all the data. Okay, so that is how to create an outline by subtotal. You can also create custom groups. I don't think you have to do that for this grader, but we can talk about that. You can actually, when you create a subtotal, it automatically creates groups, or you can do your own group by rows and columns, or you can highlight different data and create a group that way. However, the best way, in my opinion, to create groups is just to do an outline subtotal. Okay, and that is your Chapter 5 vocabulary. Hopefully it was helpful, and you join me for my Chapter 5 grader video.